The Hirschfeld Krater, a monumental late geometric Attic crater dated about 750 to 735 BC, is among the most important visual documents for reconstructing archaic Athenian funerary practice and vase production technology. Discovered in the Kerameikos cemetery of Athens and conserved as a restored, partly reconstructed vessel, the crater's figural program, featuring a prothesis, laying out of the dead, mourners, chariot, and attendant warriors, is typical for the late geometric period. The crater was first published in the 19th century by the German archaeologist Gustav Hirschfeld, after whom its conventional name and the associated Hirschfeld painter not name derive. The vessel was recovered from the Kerameikos cemetery, the dipylon sector of Athens, an elite mortuary landscape where monumental vases regularly functioned as grave markers for male elites. Today the reassembled object is catalogued and displayed in the collection of the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. Standing about 1.20 meters tall, the crater is decorated in the late geometric style across multiple horizontal registers. The principal or main frieze depicts a prothesis scene, a deceased male figure placed on a bier or on a patterned shroud, surrounded by rows of stylized mourners whose triangular torsos and raised arm gestures articulate ritual laments. Directly below and in a companion register are processional horses and a chariot, sometimes read as an ekphora, funeral procession, or as funeral games. The stylistic vocabulary, densely packed silhouettes, concentric roundels and meander bands, places the crater within the dipylon tradition. Stylistic and typological analysis places the Hirschfeld Krater in the late geometric horizon, commonly dated c. 740 BC. This chronology situates the vessel at a formative moment in Athenian urbanization when elite display at cemetery monuments intensified and figural representation became increasingly narrative. To the dipylon cemetery group, of which this crater is a high-status exemplar, also belongs the so-called amphora 804 which is displayed in the same museum. Technologically, the crater follows late geometric ceramic conventions, separate manufacture of body, neck and handles, followed by assembly prior to firing, application of a dark slip for silhouetted figures on a light clay ground, and incised or reserved detailing for eyes and garment patterning. Iconographically, the prothesis seen on the Hirschfeld Krater stages a public performance of mourning. The composition foregrounds collective lamentation and the social importance of the deceased's commemoration. Scholars debate whether the lower register's warriors and chariot imagery represent literal participants in an ekphora, symbolic allusions to aristocratic status, or even references to funeral games held in the deceased's honor. Some recent analyses propose that repeated motifs, including swastika-like devices or circular rosettes on certain vases, may encode themes of violence, death, or cyclical renewal, a reading that nuances earlier purely decorative interpretations. Recovered in fragmentary condition, the crater was restored and supplemented in missing areas following 19th and early 20th century conservation practice. Modern curators and conservators have re-examined the joins and past restorations to distinguish original surfaces from later infills. The object's monumental scale and evocative imagery have made it a touchstone in histories of Greek vase painting, frequently reproduced in textbooks and museum displays. The Hirschfeld Krater stands as a paradigmatic monument of late geometric Athens. Its manufacture attests to sophisticated workshop practices in archaic Attica, while its imagery provides direct visual testimony to funerary display and mourning ritual. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you won't miss new ones.